people of Earth. Let's get ready to get ready. My name is Al. Across the table from me is my friend Joe.
Hey,
together we're called...
Kind of right.
And that's fucking weird. You know why that's weird?
Because
we are seldom right.
We are seldom right. And we were just, Al and I were just talking about something. And for those of you, all three of you, who listen to this thing,
both of you.
Both of you. We were just talking about crazy left-wing people and crazy right-wing.
If you're a zealot, you suck.
Yeah. And
zeal isn't left or... It's either left or right. I'm sorry. When you think of zealot, you think more right-wing thing, I think. But whatever. You know what I'm saying.
Now, we happen to like this president because, one, he's a lot of fun.
Yeah, he's fun. He's handsome. That's another thing.
Well, I don't know about handsome.
It can get a building
fucked up looking hair.
He can get a building built in New York.
Two, he's actually done some shit.
Right.
He was able to make, whether you think his father gave him all his money.
He's no slacker. Donald's no slacker.
He's made a lot of money for himself, which doesn't mean that should be. But what he's done so far is, I think, quite good. Now, if you read any mainstream newspaper or watch a television show, and we're not Fox News watchers, Al and I, we're when kind of right was, the name was meaning kind of correct. It didn't dawn on me because I kind of came up with the sort of right, and Al came up with kind of right. So I never thought about that it would be right wing. So we're not right wing, if anybody's thinking. We're very, very down the middle. As a matter of fact, there's a lot of things that I'm quite liberal on, and Al's probably quite liberal on a lot of things too. I mean, Al doesn't want to take anybody's pot away. He doesn't give a shit.
I think that gay marriage is a non-issue.
He's all for the gay marriage. He doesn't give a fuck about...
I don't even know if I'm for it as much as I'm just not getting worked up either way. Just not getting worked up.
Doesn't care.
Yeah, I don't care.
If somebody wants to hoover a fucking baby out of their clam...
I think I'm okay with abortion.
Al doesn't care.
I
don't really care either, quite frankly. I mean, I'm not losing any sleep about abortion. Are you losing sleep about anything? I mean, I might make an argument that, you're fucking killing a baby, but that's to make an argument on the show and give. Last show I talked about, we're not expecting anybody because we don't know what the fuck we're talking about. I'm not expecting anybody to, make any life-changing decisions based on our show.
Please don't make any life.
Please don't.
Please.
But
that's what I'll lose sleep over.
We do hope that we inspire some people to, one of our two listeners to maybe think a little bit and, go and read a little bit about maybe something we said or something we talked about. And it's not all politics. We talk a lot about getting fucked in the ass, which is I'm starting to wonder if now I don't want to be fucked in the ass, but I talk about fucking dogs and getting fucked in the ass a lot. I think it's because it's so outrageous. It's funny.
Right. It's outrageous.
But I really don't want to get fucked in the ass, but we use it a lot. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I guess you're going to think what you're going to think.
Yeah.
But Al's not naked, neither am I. And Al and I aren't going to fuck each other in the ass.
I mean, it's...
And I
speaking of bleeding
rectum. We're not
rectums.
hypocrites. There's no...
right.
There's no gay stuff going on here. Not that there's anything...
Not that there would be anything wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with the... I'll say in short, there's nothing wrong with being gay. I'm not sold on the gay marriage. But... That's a topic for maybe another show.
Yeah,
or we've already discussed it. We've sort of beaten that.
Talked around in circles about that.
I
just refuse to get worked up
I've
about
logically proven Al wrong so many times. It's getting boring.
Well, using your brand of logic, maybe, but I think traditional logic, certainly symbolic.
His fucking brain just locks up, and has this
Right.
fucking stupid,
No.
fucking slack-eyed stare on his
That's
face,
it.
and I know
There it
I've
is.
already
All right.
got it.
Yeah.
I know I got him already.
No, you
so,
don't, because your logic sucks.
but
And if you were to do
He
symbolic
just,
logic with your
and
argument,
he hates
you'd
my
be
God
so wrong.
logic.
All right.
And I like the idea of a God.
Here's-
and Al's like the fucking Grinch. He
briefly-
wants to show up and tell you there's
Can I-
no Santa Claus.
Give me 10 seconds here. Briefly.
He'll probably, if Al was left in the room with your children, he wouldn't touch them or anything, but they come out crying anyway.
Nah, they would.
Because there's no fucking Santa Claus.
No,
there's
I
no
would
Easter
never do
Bunny.
that. I would never do that to a kid. By the way, that's the worst. Remember how bad you felt when your fucking kid
When I found out there was no Santa Claus, I was fucking devastated.
Me too. And then how about
Devastated.
how about the day your daughter figured out there was no Santa Claus? That's devastating too.
I
I'll
don't
never
quite
forget that
remember.
with my kids. Oh, it's so devastating.
That wasn't an event. I think
like I've been lying
I think she
to
was
you.
onto it.
Yeah, they get onto it.
We never told her.
I'm talking about when the day you realize that they're onto it. It's
But
kind of heartbreaking.
I thought there was a fucking Santa Claus, and I can remember when my mother told me, "Look, I got to tell you this," because Christmas was very in our house was a it was a
big
very
deal.
good it was a very good time.
Yeah.
My parents used to go out of their way
I remember.
to buy gifts.
Same with my parents.
And that was one of the best memories. My mother is a huge, well, because she's a Christian, and she's a huge Christmas nut. She'd have 3 trees in the house.
Yeah,
and
I remember.
Christmas music going.
Yeah,
and
oh, fuck
she
yeah.
loved that holiday, as do I.
Fire in the fireplace.
Oh, yeah,
the
it
whole
was just-
fucking rave.
Christmas was a great time around my house.
Yeah, mine
It's
too.
about the only couple weeks that it was really nice around my house.
Yeah, but
But
see,
that's
at least
just-
you had that. That's good. I didn't.
You know what? It is what it is.
Yeah.
Can't sit around and bitch. But so that's where I wanted to start. I wanted to make sure that anybody that's a listener, that's a frequent listener, knows that we're not pigeonholed into any kind of
Thinking.
yeah. We just
And we both reserve the right to change our minds on a moment's whim.
well, and which is a good thing. You should be able to change,
Dude,
your
if
fucking
you
mind.
start listening to these, we're starting to get a little archive going. If you bother to go back, every couple of weeks I go back and listen to a random old show. We fucking contradict ourselves on a minutely basis.
Oh
both
yeah,
of us. Both
one
of
week we're talking. I'm all for
just
I think
contradicting
abortion
ourselves. It's pretty fun.
people should be killed.
You know, that's
and
fine.
then
I guess
the
it
next
depends.
week I don't give a.
Right, depends on what mood you're in. You know.
But you should know that if you're reading any of the mainstream papers, you're being lied and watching any of the mainstream news. You're being fucking lied to.
Yeah, at all times.
Which is horrible.
bizarre,
it's
right?
horrible. You're being
It's Orwellian.
It is not.
It's Orwellian, but
It is not. And you might say, well, they didn't lie.
and technically
And
we don't
I say,
have. Yeah.
well, you know what? Technically, they don't lie. What they do is they omit. So they omit what really happened. Or
And technically, we don't have a government-run media, but what we have is a media that is run by ideologues.
fucking faggots.
They're
I think it's
all
run by
ideologues.
faggots.
They're ideologues. Just, I mean, I would say
And
pleasantly.
faggots hate Trump.
I don't know.
Every
You think
man
all
that
gay
I've
people-
seen
most gay people I know voted for Trump. Most black people I know voted for Trump. You know what I mean?
I don't know any black people.
I know plenty of black people who vote, and I know gay guys who vote, and to a fucking... I'm talking about the ones I associate with.
I know 2 gay people.
They're all registered Republicans, and they voted for Donald Trump in the primary and in the fucking general election. You know what I mean?
You don't know any black people.
I know tons of them. I mean, I'm not
My
naming
sister
names.
was married to a black guy, by the way. I'll bring that up.
Oh, Susan.
Yeah.
I mean, he's barely black.
What do you mean he's barely black?
I didn't even know he was black, dude. See, I tell you this almost
Cape
every week.
Verdean.
I don't see color. I just don't see color.
Oh, I do. It's
I
the
just
first thing you
don't.
notice.
I didn't even know Steve was black until you mentioned their kids are blacker than him. He doesn't seem black to me. A couple of
I
his
haven't
kids,
seen him in a lot of years, so.
And your sister is a fair-haired maiden, and they got some fucking African-looking children, man.
I don't think so.
The daughters.
I haven't seen them in a long time either.
The girls?
No.
That's too bad. I don't remember how old they are. I mean, is their youngest older than Charlene? Is the third child older than Charlene? Charlene is 21, going to be 22 this year.
The youngest is in college.
All right, so they're about the same age.
But
Charlene.
I don't know where.
Hi, Charlene. I know you're not listening.
And
I'll call you later.
But she was bright, and then the middle kid is doing pretty good. I think she's married.
And how many grandchildren is the oldest bore? Your sister. You're a great uncle, son. Oh, you're great uncle anyway. No. You're great uncle. Your sister's grandchildren. How many grandchildren?
I think there's 5.
Your sister has 5 grandchildren?
I think there's 2 from Sabrina and 3 from Sandra.
Is that 1 and 2 in age? Who's older?
You're asking me questions.
I'm sorry, but you're fucking offering up knowledge that I didn't even ask you because I didn't think you'd know. You're doing good.
I don't really know. I don't know how old.
Your sister has 5 grandchildren?
I believe so.
Do any of your other siblings have grandchildren?
No.
So she's clocking, and she's the youngest kid.
And I don't think
the youngest. She's the one with all the grandchildren.
I don't think there's any.
Oh, shit.
I could be wrong. I don't think there's any boys.
That's weird. She didn't have any boys.
The Brennan name dies with me. Thank God.
I mean,
in our strain of Brennan, it dies with me.
I hear you.
That is a good thing. Believe me, because us Brennans are fucked. So it's a because my daughter who was a Brennan, but I mean, when you have a female,
the madness will live on. Who knows? Maybe she will be a single mother, and the child's name will be Brennan. Could happen.
Yeah, but you know what? Technically, the kid's not a Brennan.
Not that I want to fucking open a wound, and I'm sorry. I should be able to hold back, but I can't because we're talking about it. Your nephew, who no one's seen for a while, isn't his last name Brennan?
Foster.
Oh, he took the last name?
Well, he was adopted.
I understand that, but his name officially is not. But I'm saying for a while it was Brennan because he was the son of a single mother.
Yes.
I was just joking about Anna, but actually there's an example. But he did change his name. Doesn't matter.
Well,
it looks like he was fucking asexually produced anyway.
When he was younger, Larry, who was
a great guy and a hard worker.
He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah, just a great and a drummer.
And my sister Nancy, who's
Nancy.
A fucking horror cunt.
No, that's
no.
Listen, I don't ever want to talk to her again either.
I don't ever want to talk to her. I don't ever. If you're listening to Nancy, I don't ever want to see you again. I don't ever want to talk to you again. And this is without malice. It's just a fact. But at any rate, Larry, her ex-husband, is a wonderful guy. He adopted Dan.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Dan spent quite a bit of time with my parents.
Yeah, before Larry could get a hold of him and give him some direction.
Well, Larry's a good guy.
Yeah.
Larry did the right thing.
And they got their own boys, too, it should be pointed out.
Yeah, and I think they're doing pretty well.
And I believe Dan loves his half-brothers. They all got along great.
They got along great.
Yep.
But the last I heard was Dan was in Bali.
Not bad. I thought it was Australia.
Or Indonesia.
If you draw a line from where Bali is to Australia, that's like from here to North Carolina. Not a bad guess by the kid.
Well, it wasn't a guess.
Yeah, I know.
This was the woman.
No, I'm talking about before that. When before all that happened.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
You know, so it's funny. When did you go out?
It was March the end of the beginning of the second week of March. I think it was March 8th. Or was that when he went missing? No.
I don't know.
It was March. We're talking getting on to be 11 months, going to be a year before you know it, since I was in San Diego. And I lost my fucking hat. I bought a black Padres hat while I was out there, and I wore it
And I'm talking
for 9 months, and I
we're
lost
talking
it.
about my nephew, who went missing.
By the way,
But he went missing on. We believe
I didn't even think of this.
he went missing on purpose.
Yeah, he left.
He's
He's not. He did not meet with.
there
foul
would be
play.
a fucking body. They'd find a
Yeah,
body.
no,
by now,
no.
wouldn't
He's
they?
not. He was not cut up into little pieces
No.
or fed or.
He just wasn't involved in that bad of shit.
He left. It was time to go.
He
It was
said
time to go.
adios
And that's fine. You know what?
because his mother was looking for him.
Well, I mean, I'm not commenting. You can comment on that. I'm not commenting.
Well, if his mother was looking for me, I'd fucking disappear. I think
Oh, boy.
after what I witnessed.
Oh, there's someone who fucking banged a dog today. Axelrod.
David Axelrod fucks a dog every day of the week.
Yeah. Yep.
I love all these people. Look at all these people.
It's a panel, man. It's the Situation Room, but it's Prost Situation Room.
This is Jeffrey Toobin. He was a big commenter on the OJ case.
Right. So speaking of all these talking heads,
He knows exactly what he's talking about. Just ask him.
Speaking of the talking head thing,
Look at.
fucking. Did you see
this
Bill?
cunt here
See
on
Bill
the-
Crystal is
on
kind
the
of
left?
yeah.
That's I think that's that was fucking Jesus.
Listen.
George Bush's. Oh no!
Oh my
that's
God! What the
that's
fuck is going on there?
Dana Bash.
Oh my God!
She
She
looks
looks
like
like she
she
got her
got-
face bashed.
She looks like she got caught in some sort of a fucking press.
Poor thing. Now see again, these poor ladies. All they're doing is trying
I'd
to make a
rather
living.
fuck a dog than fuck Dana
They're
Bash.
trying to make a living, and they're being just constantly physically evaluated by the likes of you and me. who
I
are
know,
a fucking
especially
mess.
with high definition
You know
television.
what I mean? But we are constantly evaluating these women.
That's why
on how they look.
That's why there's a definite difference between men and women.
Right.
You know, on Kind of Right, we keep it real, man.
Oh yeah.
And the deal is, if you're one of those fucking morons that think men and women are the same,
Yeah, you're an idiot.
well, look, whatever
Keeping it
whatever
real.
sex you are, if you're a female, you don't spend a lot of time judging the guys on television.
Right.
If you're a man, you spend a lot of time judging and looking at the tits.
That's what you
and
do.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's what we men are fucking
Listen,
pigs.
We're not really that interested in the weather, okay? What we're
We
fucking interested
were-
in is what the weather girl is wearing.
We were fucking
And
born,
whether she's working out,
created
you can
to
tell
fuck.
if she's working out.
That's what we
You know
want to
what I mean?
do is
Yeah.
fuck all
Whether
the time.
boobies are real or fake.
And that's why there'll never be, this double standard stuff that all you fucking feminist cunts want to talk about. He can go out and
I love when you do the
have,
voice. Go ahead.
Have as many, he can fuck as many. Why can't I do that? Well, because you'll end up being a fucking whore
Right.
and no one will marry you.
Right.
Because the truth is that a very good-looking man can go to a club and not get laid. A fat, ugly slob can go to a club and someone will fuck her.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. That's why it's not a double standard.
Right.
It's because the sexes were created differently.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Men want to fuck.
Yeah.
All,
And they're technically in
men
this
my age, thankfully, don't want to fuck all the time. But
Yeah.
when I was 18,
Yeah.
or
Men are in their
21,
sexual prime at 18, and women are in their sexual prime at 38. Not their baby having prime. Baby having prime is 15 for women, by the way. Physically, that's fucking documented.
15?
Physically, that's when you're supposed to have children, between 15 and like 19.
That sounds
It just so
bad.
happens that the most beautiful women in the world are 19 to 21 or 22 and in college. That's just how it works. You know what I mean?
And then it's just downhill from there.
And men are in their sexual prime from 18 to 23, and
See,
then they
I
thicken out.
always
and-
thought about women as women are like fine wine because
Yeah,
some
yeah,
of them
that's what I'm
age
saying.
really well.
Yeah. Well, they get sexually more fun. I think it's just
Dana Bash is not one of them. And
you don't know that.
no, she didn't age well.
Oh, that you mean?
And the other one is.
See, I'm not even talking about looks so much as just fun and sexualness.
Would you
know what I
fuck Martha Raddatz?
I mean, right in her
Come
fucking
on.
mouth, dude.
Come on, really?
Probably not. Although, who knows?
You
she
could
might
keep
be fun.
saying Trump won it while she's blowing
Trump
you,
won,
and then
Trump
she'd start
won,
crying
Trump
on your
won.
dick.
Yeah.
That's a way to lube it up, baby.
Yeah. Oh, Trump won.
Nothing like tears to lube my cock up to go in your mouth, you whore.
You know what? I gotta look up Martha Raddatz.
She's fucking gross.
It's been a while since I've seen her face.
She
Speaking of,
looks like an alien.
is she's still doing talking head shit on this or what?
She fills in for George Stephanopoulos.
Oh
on
my
Sundays
God!
every once in a while.
Oh, on the Sunday morning show, doesn't he?
Yeah, I
still
don't know what happens during the week, but because I don't watch any of this shit.
What is that? Does that cat have a correspondence job during the week, or is he just doing Sunday, like getting ready for the Sunday show? Do you know?
No, I believe he's part of the ABC morning show.
Oh, he does the morning show. All right, that's
Yeah,
it.
that creepy little fucking worm that helped get the fucking rapist elected president.
Yeah, dude. I
For
would.
all you younger people out there,
Dude.
George Stephanopoulos was a big player in getting Bill Clinton, the rapist,
Listen.
elected.
By the way, Martha.
Brought us Hillary.
Right, Martha Raddatz.
25 years of fucking hell with that whore.
Martha Raddatz is officially a two-bagger. You know the whole Rodney Dangerfield two-bagger joke. One
I
for her
believe-
and one for me.
Yeah, I believe she's a three-bagger.
By the way, though,
You put an extra one over her head in case
I'll
it rips.
fucking bounce her all around the room, man. If she got a bag on her head, I don't even care. She ain't. She looks like she might take
Well, you
care of
like
herself a
that.
little bit. She looks like she takes care of herself a little bit. Speaking of all these talking heads, did you see about Bill Kristol? Bill Kristol used to be like the right's go-to talking head. I don't know if he took over for who started the National Review. Was that Bill Kristol or was that William something Buckley?
No, it was William Buckley, I believe.
But I think Bill Kristol took it over or something. Bill Kristol
I don't
had
know.
some kind of respected right wing. I should probably look.
Bill Kristol has lost all credibility.
Here we go. That's what I want to talk about. Do you hear his thing with Tucker Carlson? Him and Tucker Carlson are head up. Tucker, who's doing a pretty good
Bill
job.
Kristol
right
is
now.
a neocon. Bill Kristol was all for these
Newt
wars.
Gingrich style neocon.
I don't think Newt Gingrich was for the war in Iraq.
I believe if you say neocon, you got to put. If that was a neocon thing, then you got to put fucking Newt Gingrich in there.
I don't know. I don't know.
But Bill Kristol was for the
Bill
war.
Kristol is definitely was for the war.
Yeah.
And Newt Gingrich is a fascinating character. Newt Gingrich is a historian. He taught history
Right.
in college. And so he can...
Also a man of questionable moral fucking
Well, he's
value.
had 17 wives.
It wasn't just that. I mean, he literally served his wife dying of cancer on her hospital bed fucking divorce papers.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. But you're right. He's
Well, what
a
else are
brilliant
you
guy.
going to give him to her?
Listen,
You know?
he is a patriot and an intellectual an American historical intellectual figure to me on par with fucking John Adams and Thomas Jefferson and the guys who fucking started all this shit.
Gingrich wasn't for the war in Iraq.
He wasn't. Okay. But what I'm saying is Newt Gingrich to me is on that level. Newt Gingrich is a significant character in American fucking political history.
You have to understand, when you get into a level like Newt Gingrich,
Yep. You're talking intellectual level or level of...
well, both. He was Speaker of the House of Representatives,
Yeah.
which is a major job.
Sure, that's a big fucking responsibility. You're third in line, by the way, too, apparently.
So
If the president and vice president get killed, you're president,
you have to expect
which is weird.
the people that get to these jobs are not lacking in ego
Well, of
and are
course.
not lacking,
But they're driven. They're driven. You're allowed to have an ego when you're driven, unless you're Hillary.
but they're crazy driven. And there's always a bad side. And whether you think it doesn't matter whether it's, well, maybe, I don't know if Jimmy Carter had a bad side, but fucking Obama had a bad side. George Bush had a bad side. Bill
boy,
Clinton
man, that's-
definitely had
yeah,
a fucking
that's
bad
funny.
side.
When you think Jimmy Carter, you definitely think fucking squeaky clean, man.
He was pretty squeaky clean, but he was a terrible president.
Terrible
which is
president.
Maybe
He's
why?
a great ex-president.
Because he was very humble, and unfortunately, the job doesn't do well with a humble person.
Do you liken him to Harry S. Truman at all? For some reason, I put those two guys in the same category. Other than the fact that
Jimmy
Truman,
Carter.
Listen, I'm talking about as far as personality, down-homeness, and kind of like fucking. I mean, maybe
Harry Truman dropped
scandal-free.
two bombs
I was
on
getting
fucking
there.
Japan.
I was getting there, but they
Jimmy
still,
Carter wouldn't have done that.
I'm not so sure of that. That's a hard one.
I'm
That's a hard one to
I'm
speculate.
pretty sure.
I don't know about that. Jimmy Carter was a product of that fucking,
Harry Truman was
that fucking
didn't
10
fuck
years.
around.
Huh?
He didn't fuck around.
I know, but he was.
And I mean, we had.
Anyway, you
Harry
answered, you answered
Truman-
my question before I asked it, so you're the man.
Harry Truman took over for basically a king.
Oh, Stormy Daniels and Trump, everybody, on CNN. That's CNN for you guys. There's some fucking hardcore.
Where is that?
Well, that's probably Las Vegas, because that's where all the point.
Now, is she a whore?
You didn't hear that whole thing? This shit coming out.
Trump fucked her?
No, he paid her like $138,000 to not talk about fucking. Yeah, he fucked her with his minuscule penis. She's talking a lot. He definitely. I mean, he fucked her, but who cares?
Did he fuck her while he was married?
Oh yeah.
To
Melania.
really? Do you think Melania knows?
Well, she knows now. Dude, it's not even
Is
a
it
scandal.
Is
It's
it
not
proven?
I mean, she hasn't produced the fucking canceled check. So no.
Yeah, there would be a check, wouldn't there?
She
from
looks like a lot of fun though.
Yeah, but she's a fucking skank.
That's all right.
How can you believe it?
With her big blown apart fucking vagina. Look how pretty though. She smells great too.
Yeah, but right now, look at her.
It's all right.
So
Yeah, there
her
she is.
career is going down the toilet.
It's
And
gone down the toilet. There
Yeah,
she is.
look at her. She's a fucking
She's a
disaster.
freak. Look at her.
And
Her face is more pulled
she's
back
not
than her
getting a
fucking
job.
tits.
They're paying her $38 to fuck like 10 black guys.
You know what? I wouldn't hesitate for a minute
She's got to have fucking
if she wanted to
crabs
fuck.
crawling out of her.
No, they're very clean. Them porn. They gotta be clean. Or
She's
they
a
can't
fucking.
work.
She's a whore.
All right. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't make her a bad person.
Well, I think there is something wrong with being a whore.
Jesus, we went in 2 minutes.
You don't want your
from
daughter to be a whore,
In 2
do you?
minutes, we went from talking about great American political figures like Newt Gingrich to this fucking whore, Stormy. You know what I mean?
Stormy Daniels is a whore. A whore is a very.
So what I'm saying
It's a
is
very discreet and
all right.
definitive term.
So let's go.
That's
let's-
a girl that fucks for money.
Can we just take it in this direction then?
That's a whore.
If you accept it as a given, as I have, the Donald fucked her, and I don't think it means anything. I think it's funny. Do you think that shows some sort of fucking character flaw in the Donald? Just assume he fucked her. He fucked her. Is he flawed? Maybe not.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if he's cheating on his wife, that's not right.
So is that not he didn't do it while president. You know what I mean? I don't think he's looking to fuck anyone, by the way. He's got too many people. I don't think he's fucking around. He's eating his McDonald's, watching his TV, walking around.
No, and I don't think he had anything
By the way,
to do with
it's
these
sweet.
Russians either.
No, of course not. Oh, so he says that he's offering to testify. He's like, I'll fucking testify, but did you notice that he still qualified it? He's like, did Hillary Clinton... He's still, asking about Hillary Clinton.
Oh,
did
did she testify under oath?
Which she did.
Did you see how much... did you see, compared to the amount of investigation there was for Hillary, that was a fucking major thing.
Yeah.
That's major. Like the Russian collusion, even if they prove Russian collusion, it's not illegal.
Yeah.
That's why they're talking about obstruction of justice.
Right.
So they're trying to get him on something
criminal.
other.
Yeah, something criminal, because the other thing's not criminal.
So even if there was collusion, which it's been a fucking year and a half and they haven't been able to.
Right.
There's no evidence.
No evidence of collusion. Zero. You got nothing. There is no thought. And by the way, and I know I'm talking about apples and oranges, but it's both fruit. It behooves the United States government to have a friendly relationship with the Russian government.
Well,
and vice versa.
This thing, it's a red herring.
Let's all be friends.
That they've all grabbed onto, and believe me, if you look at, there's 4 people that have been indicted. Do you know how easy it is to indict somebody?
It's not hard, man.
The old saying is, if you want to, you can indict a ham sandwich.
Yeah,
so it's a fucking joke. See if they get any convictions. And meanwhile, the investigative body, this FBI, has lost all fucking credibility.
Fucking Gene nailed it the other night, man. It's time to maybe fucking strip that thing down and start from new.
Yeah,
Let's
because
go.
they're scum.
Start from
they're
go.
Partisan scum.
Fire everybody. And you know what? Trump could do it. Fire
It's time to rebuild it from the ground up.
Rebuild it.
I think Gene might be right.
I mean, that was a fresh take.
Because they were,
and I thought a lot about
the
it.
FBI
Eugene, good take, bro.
was supposed to be a nonpartisan, and they weren't run by anybody. That's why the FBI director had a 10-year. When you're appointed FBI director, you get a 10-year run, so it's non-political.
It's not a cabinet position where you're fucking gone after 4 years if you're lucky.
Now, apparently, the president can fire you, but he has to have some cause. And
his lawyer will tell him if he has cause. If the president's lawyer says you has cause,
well, the guy that recommended the fucking special prosecutor, Mueller, is the guy that wrote the letter. Right. This Rob fucking Rosenstein or whatever the fuck his name is. He's the guy that recommended that he fire Comey.
Right.
So the guy that's going to have Trump investigated, although somebody else, I don't know, Trump fired him, and then that spawned this fucking investigation.
I think it shows.
But Comey Comey came out.
I think Trump showed
and made
restraint.
a clear case why Hillary Clinton should be in fucking jail, and then said,
mind-boggling,
and then said, well, but we can't prosecute her because we can't find intent. Well, what the fuck are you talking about? What do you mean intent? She intentionally fucking had a server. Her intention was to fucking hide all of the shit. Did she intend to pass around fucking? She deleted 33,000 fucking emails.
And I personally
that wasn't intentional.
I personally would have never even known about the term bleach bit if it wasn't for that whole fucking story. You know what I'm talking about?
What a lying fucking.
She douched everything after she.
How
deleted
far are we
it.
into this? And I'm talking about Hillary. What a lying sack of low,
doing fine.
Low right,
the
fucking scumbag, shithole piece of garbage.
It's the third time it's come up already tonight. So keep going, baby.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
you at your finest.
Look at him. I mean, they're investigating the shit out of this, huh? And Hillary Clinton, this lying sack of shit. Oh, no intent. No prosecution needed, says the FBI director, who has fucking no business. But the fucking attorney general at the time, the lying, fat fucking piece of shit, Loretta Lynch, who met with Hillary's husband, the rapist, Bill Clinton, on the fucking plane on the tarmac.
By the way, Bill Clinton loves raping people.
He fucking loves raping people. To think that there was nothing going on. Oh, they talked about their grandchildren. That's why Bill sat there and waited for the fucking plane to land and ran out there and was caught on videotape because Bill's so fucking arrogant that's why, everybody was after him, and he said, I'll never get caught getting blown in the fucking Oval Office. Right. Well, you know what? He got caught, and he got caught on the fucking runway. So it's all a scam. And Hillary should be in fucking jail, probably she should be executed.
Yeah, they're definitely.
I'd love to see Hillary killed.
They definitely got their fucking. There you are, in deep as far as the whole culture. They were the outsiders when they started, and they're just so interweaved in everything that's going on.
There's the FBI, you mean?
Yeah, I'm talking about in the FBI and every other agency, not just that agency.
Well,
every agency.
There's these text messages
everybody's
between
Clintonian.
this Stork guy.
It's all these people who were starting their professional lives when he was starting his presidency, and they've been bureaucrats ever since. And that's why Hillary Clinton is not in jail. There's just everywhere you go where you could fucking maybe begin to get her.
Talk about giving her a pass.
Yeah.
This woman got the pass of a lifetime.
The widest berth of any modern fucking political figure, that's for sure.
You listening to this, whoever's listening to this, no matter what political party, you'd be in fucking jail. Probably for 15 or 20 years if you did the same thing Hillary Clinton did. And there's still more to come because there's no doubt there was pay to play in the State Department.
I mean,
there's no fucking question. That fat whore should spend the rest of her life in jail along with the rapist husband.
You know,
and then they should kill George Stephanopoulos, the
man.
Raging Cajun.
Who's the Raging Cajun?
James Carville.
I haven't even seen him. Where's he been?
Kill him.
What's he doing?
And that Paul Begala with the cheetah smile.
He's barely on TV.
He should be fucking killed, too.
He's barely on TV. Where
because they got Bill Clinton elected.
Where is old Snakehead right now?
Hopefully dead.
I think he's retired, dude.
With his ugly wife.
Oh, she's fine. She'll be fine.
And she's a Republican.
Yeah.
She's fucking
Mary
gross.
Madeline.
She looks like, I don't know, if she showed up on all fours on your fucking doorstep, like you thought she was a dog, you'd kick her in the face. She's that ugly.
I mean, he's no looker either, by the way, old Snakehead.
Oh, no, he's fucking gross.
Yeah.
Always has been.
What a bizarre couple,
well, you know what's
right?
grosser?
The bizarre.
They got Bill Clinton in. George Stephanopoulos, Paul Begala, James Carville. They got Bill Clinton in the White House.
Yeah.
That's why we've had these two fucking assholes around for 25 years. It's their fault. They should be fucking executed.
They were part of the whole equation. I mean, Clinton was smart enough to hire them. He was smart enough to hire. He hired them.
Yeah. But they got him in.
Yeah. I mean,
Stephanopoulos, I believe, wrote a book kind of regretting that he got him in. I never read the book, so I don't know what it says.
I think that George Stephanopoulos is going to run for president.
Look at Secret Society. There's Trey Gowdy.
Oh, come on, you fucking cunt.
Well, there's something
Excellent.
going on.
I just burnt my eyelashes off. That was awesome.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm a fucking idiot. So we talked a little bit about the president's approval. Did you see that well, I mean, I called this, and I think actually you said it. I didn't see it, but the Democrats. It's not that they're just being blamed for the shutdown because they should be, but it's the whole shutdown thing has fucking been exposed for the fucking sham that it fucking was. You know what I mean? It was just stupidity, and they can all fucking die.
Yeah, the Democrats who are supposed to be taken care of and fighting for the working class American in this country has stuck all their eggs. They don't give a fuck about anything except people here illegally, people that guys that want to suck cock, and girls that want to eat box, and people that want to fucking change their gender.
By the way, girls,
it's the only thing they care about.
A little box once in a while, baby.
So the Democrats are basically representing about 2.5% of the population. And everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Right.
Because they're not representing African Americans in bad neighborhoods. They're not representing working class Americans run by unions, even though the unions are still staying with the Democrats, but that doesn't mean anything because their fucking heads are like Trumpka for the AFL-CIO. He's a fucking scumbag.
Right.
It's just it's a fucking disaster. Meanwhile, the economy's cooking right along. Look who's in charge. The crazy guy.
The greatest president in modern American history.
He might end up being that.
I have to say this. I got to say it again. He's overseeing, and I've used this word, and you guys, I deleted my Facebook account, but I said it. I coined the term unprecedented economic prosperity.
Did you coin that term?
I coined it, baby.
I think somebody might have said it before you.
You know what? Someone probably put those words together, but not in specific about what we are about to experience. And we're only in the early stages. It's only going to get better. This guy, Joe, is going to get us to the finish line, me and you, without no more bullshit. No more fucking worrying.
We're going to die under Trump?
No, we're not going to die under him. We're not. There's not going to be a dip. There's not going to be another dip.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm going to say 24 years. 24 years at least till the next dip, and I'm going to be gone.
He's going to win. There's no question. Did you see fucking Lurch is
John Kerry?
Yeah.
He should shut the fuck up.
He's sending out some trial balloons to see if he should fucking run.
Like I said, he needs to get in on that Mueller.
Do you imagine what Trump would do to him?
Oh, in an election?
Oh, my God.
No, wait. Kerry's not threatening to run, is he?
Well, I saw it this morning.
Hold on.
John Kerry.
I haven't prayed in a while. God, it's me, Al.
Please let John Kerry run.
Please let John Kerry be the nominee.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Or if not him, Liz Warren, and if not her, Oprah. There's nobody. They can't. They could run Jesus, Horatio Christ for president.
Oprah might win.
Now, they could run Jesus, Horatio Christ. It ain't happening. No one's
Elizabeth
winning.
Warren or Lurch.
Look at me.
Fucking
Barack Obama would lose to him.
Yeah. Well, Barack Obama.
For some reason, there was
a guy that's full of shit.
If they were able to fucking
hope and change.
Look, if they were somehow there was some loophole and they figured out a way you can run for another term as long as you don't do 3 in a row, right? They figure out the language in that fucking amendment was bullshit.
Do you know the Republican leadership?
If Obama ran against him, he'd lose.
Did you know the Republican leadership?
By the way, Barack Obama is probably the second or third worst fucking president in the history of the United States.
Republican leadership loved Barack Obama because he was so fucking easy to beat.
Yeah.
And he was easy to shut down his ideas. He's a spineless fucking worm. Yeah. And that's what happens. He was a great speaker, believe me.
Yeah.
He moved me on the first election.
Sure. Yeah.
He really did.
Yeah, when he was behind that fucking bulletproof glass, that was wacky, man.
He was a magical speaker.
Absolutely. He made you think everything, maybe it'll be all right.
But you know what?
Thank God John McCain wasn't president.
Yeah, well, you know
that
what?
That doddering old fool.
I guess, I don't think there'd be
right place at the right time, Barry. That's it.
We wouldn't be any different if John McCain was president.
Probably not. Donald Trump would still be president if John McCain was president.
is has to apologize to everybody. The reason they say one of the reasons John McCain lost was because there'd be one guy in the audience going, Obama's a fucking nigger. Oh. No, keep that in. Because I'm just quoting.
Oh, no.
Someone would say that.
That's nothing.
Someone would say that, and then John McCain would go, stop everything, and he would sit there and go, get that guy out of here.
Right.
And, then somebody else would say, Obama's a Muslim. And he'd have to stop and apologize and say, no, he's not. Whereas if you Trump, unfortunately, right or wrong, you just fucking go with it.
Yeah, right.
You might say, you shouldn't say that, or I didn't say that.
Yeah. But or doesn't make him
Trump
a bad guy.
Never apologize. Never.
For anything.
And that's why he won.
He's certainly not going to apologize for banging Stormy Daniels.
And he fights on everything.
He doesn't give. He's not just fighting.
He's
If he's fighting for it,
got more balls
it's gonna happen
than anybody I've ever seen in
By
my
the way,
life.
are they gonna build that fucking wall? What do you think?
I
They're gonna
guarantee
build
you,
it.
by the end of 8 years. There'll be a fucking wall down.
A wall started anyway. It'll be started.
No, it'll be
the whole length. You think by the time he's done?
yeah.
Boy, that's a bold prediction, son.
The guy is so fucking.
You seen the pictures of it? It's impressive engineering.
He is just so focused.
I wonder how far down you got it. How far is it underground if it's 30 fucking feet in the air, right? It's 30 feet or 32.
I don't know.
Probably got to go half of that underground. I know nothing about engineering, by the way. Although I read a lot of structural drawings lately.
Probably
I'm
10
beginning
feet.
to learn. I was gonna guess. I was gonna guess 8, like a quarter. I was gonna guess a quarter, but who knows? Probably has nothing to do with mathematics. It probably has to do more with
Well, sure it
soil.
does.
But the soil itself, it's got to, different types of soil. It's gonna have to be different. Who knows?
I don't know.
Who fucking cares? It's the same thing. Listen,
It'll be a wall.
they make you fucking dig the fucking big footings for decks now that you didn't used to have to, and you probably should just dig the big footings. You know what I mean?
It's all bullshit.
I know, but you got to dig.
I just put some of those in today. The ridiculous fucking 5 foot tall footings.
Wait a
with the
minute.
huge base.
Would you just clear it away with the excavator, or using some fucking? Oh, good for you. So
I put them in with the fucking excavator. They're doing the farmer's porch, so I put those footings.
So
in
you
today.
dug down far enough to put the tube and pour the shit?
No.
Oh.
I buy. They have MBO Precast sends out precast fucking
Footings.
concrete columns.
I got. Oh, see, that's how long I've been
and
out of it.
And it's got a little fucking all I can think of is it's a tubular nut that goes in, and you screw a hook eye in.
You doing all that shit by yourself? You don't have someone helping
No,
you?
Scott was there.
All right, cool.
And you just dig a hole and you pick it up and you put it in.
You fucking maniacs. It's not frozen, huh?
Well, it's It's a little frozen, but it's not bad.
You can actually do that. Wow, that's crazy. That means it really hasn't been that cold.
No. I was digging all day today. Well, till 2:00.
Awesome, man.
And I got there.
The
at
fucking water's still
7:15.
frozen. All the ponds are frozen, but you figure the ground would be frozen too.
Well, there's a little ice,
No, I know, but I'm talking about.
but there's this much.
Listen, it's bizarre enough that you're fucking out there in a machine anyway. But if you're out there in a machine when the fucking ground is almost frozen, you must be fucking sticking a schedule, huh?
Well, if the concrete guy shows up.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're on schedule. I'm saying.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Yeah, you're kicking up the scheduling. That's good, man.
I actually got up and I was down at the job at 7:15 this morning.
Good for you, man.
It was dark out when I left the house. Well, sort of
Yeah, man,
twilight-ish.
it's not that bad. You know what? It's fucking bizarre.
I'd rather
It's 7
sleep till
minutes
10.
a week. You see how light out it was? When I got here, it still wasn't. It's fucking bizarre. You know what I mean? It was. I like what they're doing with the clocks. It's only fucking really dark for 10 weeks now or something. But I leave now. It's light at 5:00 when I leave work, and when I leave, I got it down. By the way, I used to get to work early.
Sunrise is
I
at
leave-
7:01 a.m.
I was gonna say I leave at 7, and I live on the water. I
And
live due east. You know what I mean? I live as east as you can get.
Sunset is 4:50 p.m.
There's a lot of people in the U.S. who live further east than me. Okay. When I leave for work at 7, it's fucking light out. You're saying 7:01 is full on sunrise?
At sunrise.
Yeah, it's fucking-
at our latitude.
I don't have to put my lights on in the morning, and I didn't have to put my lights on it when I left today. So I leave at 7 in the morning.
What time do you leave?
I leave in the morning at 7.
No. At night.
5? On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I get
Yeah,
the
so
fuck out of there.
you're in twilight
I'm saying
at 5.
yeah, I got to put my.
Sunset's at 4:50, but there's no sun.
But
out.
officially in the morning now, there's no more headlights unless it's raining or whatever.
Right.
So it's weird. It was only a short amount of time,
I just want to see if you'll make it through the summer in that job where it's fucking beautiful out and you're in there working.
Here's the thing. I've found out that I can wear cargo shorts as long as I got long pants and fucking work boots in the truck if I got to go to a job site, which is funny because I've never been to one. I haven't even left the office during work, for work shit. I leave almost every day. When I take my break, I leave. I got to get the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? I go drive for a half hour. And
at lunchtime?
Yeah, I got to get the fuck out of there. So, but if you go to the job site, it's bizarre. I'm never going to the job site. It's just one of those weird things. It's like the estimator with the capital E has to envision everything and communicate with the guys in the field. And you got to pretend like you've been there. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. Deal? It's just weird. You know what I mean? We're finishing a job in Hyannis. That's not that far a drive. You figured the boss would have let me drive out there. You know what I mean? Before I had to order shit. No, just fucking do it off the plan. All right. Because now I order all the paint, too. I don't, I'm coloring and all that, but I'm in charge of all that shit. All that fucking menial fucking math bullshit that any sixth grader could do.
Have you fucked the boss's daughter?
Oh, for Christ's sake, I was just getting ready to tell guys at work they could listen to this. You fucking asshole. You just put me off another 4 months, you cunt.
That's what I did.
You know what? It's funny because
I knew I was going to do it, too.
If you just didn't talk about the theoretical boss's theoretical daughter's theoretical vagina, that if you just didn't do that, these guys would probably listen to the show. I could get them to listen to the show. They're all right-wingers, and they all listen to talk radio.
Well, just tell them that the guy you do the show with is an asshole.
I'm talking about the boss, too. I don't think I'll be able to. I never say the name of the company, Rick, either. By the way, buddy, I love you. And
well, he's not going to fire you.
And listen, I know that you can be fired for stealing proprietary knowledge. The amount of files I've already fucking uploaded to the cloud for easy download to my fucking house. So don't even think about firing me.
Are you saying that the boss doesn't mind if you say that he's fucking 3'9" in height?
I don't make fun of him for it. It's just a fact. He's not 3'9". He's like
4'5".
I'm gonna guess 5'0". 5'0".
Is he shorter than Chris Butler?
Chris Butler calls him Shorty.
No shit.
Chris Butler's like 5'2".
Yeah, he's 5'2".
Yeah, this guy's 5'0". By the way, this guy will kick Chris's ass, too, by the way. And I love you, Chris. And Chris isn't violent anyway, but I'm just saying. Chris is like an in-shape dude. They're the same age. Chris is wicked in shape.
Is he violent?
He's a fat Portuguese, but he's violent. He's fucking got some bizarre anger issues. You know what I mean?
Have you seen him?
I've seen him snap.
Have you seen him go fucking crazy?
I've seen him snap like 3 times.
Does he go is he throwing shit?
No, he's really good with English. He's really good with, he's good with Portuguese too. I heard him speaking Portuguese the other day. But I've seen him, he snaps. He's a scary dude, you know what I mean? That's why he's a fucking millionaire. You know what I mean?
Hey, getting off. Do you think Matt Taibbi fucks his wife in the ass?
Well, you're reading the story. We were talking about Matt Taibbi earlier and how I wanted to sentence his children to fucking death, but he doesn't have children. But
doesn't he have a kid?
I don't think they have a kid. I did extensive research into this. I'm convinced.
Well, you could still pray that any kid that they might have comes out stillborn.
If you paid me to find out if he had a kid or not, I would tell you he does not have a kid. So. He doesn't have a kid, by the way.
He hates the president.
He
does. He just hates
any registered Republican, first of all. You know what I mean? He hates them.
Well,
he's a partisan. He's not a journalist. He is.
Well, I think admittedly, he writes for Rolling Stone. You ever seen?
Not anymore.
He doesn't? Have you ever seen Jeff Goodell, who writes for Rolling Stone?
Nope, not familiar.
What a miserable...
Who's he writing about?
He writes a lot of the it's just so fucking crazy. It's in Rolling Stone, and it's just craziness. It's like all Republicans want the earth to fucking burn up,
right?
From global warming. We want any Republican, anybody that's ever voted for a Republican wants the earth to catch on fire and all the people to die.
Right.
And I finally saw this guy. It was nothing to do with Rolling Stone, but it was an interview, and it's like they had him talking about. It was in a documentary, and he's exactly how I pictured him. This fucking like smug with the fag voice, with the lispy fucking, and he looks like a fucking fag. It looks like you could just beat him to death with both arms tied behind your back. Just kick him in the balls like 17 times.
All right.
He's just a fucking worm. And unfortunately, a lot of these, and we're talking crazy left wing. This is left wing on the extreme. They're fucking pussies.
Well,
They're not men. They're not like men in the sense of, you wouldn't say this is a manly guy. They're fucking faggoty looking metrosexual, I don't know. I guess that's what you need to be when you're a fucking left-wing lunatic.
I'm not arguing with you. I believe you have it sussed right out. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's what it is. Deal. Because you have to be all sensitive and shit, because you've got to be... You have to be thinking about what you're going to say constantly so as not to offend anybody.
Yeah.
Even if what you say is correct or maybe a beating offense. It's just they're just afraid. They're afraid.
They're very afraid.
Because all of this fucking political correctness, that's their deal.
Yeah.
They have to be on the right side of the political correctness.
I mean, that's...
Thank God we don't live in Canada where you can be put in jail for saying the wrong thing.
I mean...
In Canada.
I think that all that shit... Fuck Canada. All that shit here...
Yeah, I say fuck Canada.
Fuck
I
Canada.
don't ever want to go back there.
I'm talking about the PC
fuck
fucking
Canada
culture.
and fuck Canadians.
Don't you feel like the PC culture, because of the greatest president in modern American history, Donald J. Trump, the whole PC culture thing, it's changing a little bit, ain't it? Don't you think?
I think for the better.
For the better, right? Because it's definitely run amok in our country. Hey, everybody. I've been talking and listening for an hour, and I need a break, so Joe's taking a break right now. I would like you to please enjoy the following musical selection.
I really want to see you when you know I might not, and you make me want you more when you hurt me a lot. I say I really love you, and you say that you don't, and it really turns me on when you say that you won't. The blues before and after, I get the blues before and after I'm with you. The blues before and after, I get the blues before and after loving you. Sometimes I need to hear your voice, sometimes I don't want to know. I get so tired of trying to win you, I just don't want to know. You're taking just what you need and then you're well on your way. I hear the same old story almost every day. The blues before and after, I get the blues before and after I'm with you. The blues before and after, I get the blues before and after loving you. It's a shame that you won't see me when I need you tonight, 'cause I know that if you did then everything would be right. And I've tried my
Hello, everybody.
We're back.
So we just, of course, went off on a tangent, which we should have recorded, but that's okay. Nobody needs to hear about our personal life. You're right, Dave. We're trying to talk less about our personal life, but if it comes up, it's coming up. So that's what we're doing now. We take a 10, 20, 25-minute break and catch up. And the funny thing is we both talk constantly during that. You notice?
Yeah.
We're both trying to get as much in as possible. It's like if you're trying to get an audience with the boss. We're both the boss.
Hey.
Yeah.
It says George Soros snaps. And he says,
I love the new format where you do this and I comment.
Danger to the world.
That's what George Soros said?
Yes.
George Soros needs to fucking die, by the way.
Well, he's got to die soon. He's like
hopefully.
90.
You can only hope. You know what I mean? Listen, when you've lived and loved and lost like the Donald has, then only you can fucking comment. Fuck you, George Soros. Fuck you.
Yeah, you run for president, you cunt.
You fucking prick. You try to get elected, you fucking prick.
You know where George Soros made a lot of money? I don't know whether he made all his money there. But he basically shorted the British pound. And to the point where the currency almost collapsed. So I bet George Soros has hurt more poor people than
fucking bad dentition.
Any one other fucking individual.
Than plaque.
You know, you'd have to go. I'm
Then
sure
tooth
there's
decay.
somebody,
That's
there's
what
some other individual that's hurt more poor people. So this fucking scumbag, who is this, preacher of left-wing fucking,
dogma.
Yeah, and all the shit that they... Except that, when it comes to him, he can bankrupt the fucking country.
He can do whatever he
wants. Put
wants
everybody
to do.
out of work.
Right.
So, fuck you, George.
Yeah, and...
Fuck your kids.
Yep.
And
go ahead, Joe.
I hope your wife's dead.
Joe, go ahead. He's
No,
this week's winner.
I'm not. I'm really
will you
not
allow
that-
me? Will you allow me the pleasure?
Well, you can, but it's not. It's not enough to get worked up about.
You're right.
Although, you know what? His kids are useless cunts too.
Go ahead.
I was listening to a Joe Rogan thing, and Joe met his kid, and the kid was like just out there because imagine someone that never has to think about money.
Yeah.
The kid's just like a useless fucking
Cunt.
yeah, like nothing. He's just a thing with money.
He's a thing with
He's
money.
just a fucking existence
Right.
with money.
Right.
Because he's never had to learn anything. He's never had to do anything. He's a fucking piece of... He's just a useless individual.
He's a useless thing.
So I think that George... We don't need to sentence George kids to fucking
I'm not that...
horrible leukemia
What?
or some sort of cancer because they're already used. They're in their own hell.
Right. And...
The hell of never having to take a fucking chance or a risk.
Right.
Because they
No,
just...
so they might be involved in business and take a couple risks.
Nah, they're cunts.
You think? They're just unworking out. Speaking of thing... And this
Why
is
did Casey Affleck withdraw from presenting at the Oscars?
Oh, because he's fingered somebody.
Is he in trouble?
He's way into it, by the way. He's one of the guys who's on the borderline and might not being able to work again.
Well, you shouldn't because he's a
good actor, Joe. He won an Academy Award.
he's
Academy
a weird little fuck,
dude.
though.
Nobody wins an Academy Award for acting by mistake. That is a serious, serious fucking award.
What did he win it for?
He won it for that stupid Manchester by the Sea. I didn't see it. It was
That
supposedly
was
great.
fucking horrible.
But he's great in everything he's in. He's a great actress. He's
yeah,
a great
he's
actress.
fair. But he's a worm. He's got that horrible fucking
He's a creep.
little
He's a
worm,
creep.
creepy voice.
So he's a fingerer. That's why. And he might not work.
So he fucked around with some girls.
I don't know the story, but you asked me the question, and that's the answer. That's
now I
why
know.
he ain't going to the Oscars. Because he fucking fingered somebody.
Well, and his brother did too, right? Didn't old
Ben?
Didn't Ben?
Yeah, but he got away with it. That was not. He didn't really.
Well,
finger
he was
anybody.
he came out against all
He
the
just cupped
fingers,
somebody's butt or something. Yeah, and then somebody was like, "Hey, you cupped my butt,"
and then he shut the fuck
and then
up
he shut
real
up
quick.
But that's she didn't. It's not like he had to pay anybody. But some broad went, "Hey, you pretty much fucking groped me." He was a groper, but it was only one instance.
He was learning how to grope.
Look, you can't be groping people. As fucking foul a human being as I am, I've never actually groped anybody. You know what I mean? Groping meaning
I think I have.
inappropriate. We've talked about. You don't have to bring it back up. We talked
Usually
about
while
it.
drunk.
I've asked and talked about. I'm guilty of the whole. I want to.
Casey Affleck was sued for sexual harassment.
But he settled, I believe, too, didn't he?
Yeah, it says he settled it, but but still was sued.
So yeah, that's why he can't present at the fucking Oscars.
Well, he was going to present the
ain't the
Best
year.
Actress award.
Yeah, that ain't
Did he
happening.
really win for that fucking Manchester by the Sea?
Yeah, he has a statue, dude.
That was horrible.
You know how many people have one of those?
Yeah,
Not a lot.
It doesn't matter.
Not a
anymore.
lot, and a lot
You
of
know
people
why?
have more
'Cause
than
it's-
one.
It's like the Grammys.
The fucking.
You know what? The Grammys used to be like winning a Grammy was a big deal,
Yeah.
and now they give Grammys to people that steal other people's
I
music,
agree. Yeah,
mix it
yeah.
around,
The Grammys
and
are a
rap
joke.
to it.
That's
So
because music's a joke, and it gets delivered in a different way, and it's a totally different thing. But movies will always be movies. Movies will always be movies.
Well, that
you know
movie
what I mean?
sucked.
Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
By the way, your boy Daniel Day-Lewis, he has announced that whatever movie he has that's coming out now is his last movie ever. He's giving it up. He ain't that much old. He might not even be 60. He can't possibly be 60, can he? He's got to be in his 50s.
I think he said that he was giving it up.
He's giving it up, and I don't know what movies he's in, but it looks like it's another fucking winner for
I don't
old
think
Daniel
he's
Day.
groped anybody.
I'm not talking about him groping. I'm just talking about great actors.
No, I'm saying you can be a great actor and not grope people.
Do you think maybe, oh my God, I didn't even think of this. Do you think maybe he is saying he's hanging it up because he knows a fucking fingering fucking accusation's about to come up?
No, I think he's one of those guys that just done enough of this.
He just acts. Like, let me ask you a question.
But I mean, he does. He's one of those dudes that like will do a movie every 5 years. You know what I mean?
Yes. By
Like
the
he
way,
waits for the right script to come along.
we're movie fans, and I don't watch all the good. I thought that Lincoln was amazing. I thought that was a great movie.
Lincoln was a good movie.
I mean, he was Abraham Lincoln. You know what I mean? It was great. What a great movie.
well, you can say that, but
I thought it was a good
we've never seen it, Abraham Lincoln.
What I was impressed with in that movie and previous movies, they
Now,
caught
let me
it
give you an
also, but
example before you make a fool out of yourself.
I was just going to talk about the scene where he's fucking making a speech up on a box, and there's
don't make a fool out of
10,000 people
yourself,
listening, and there's no microphone. There's no microphone. Do all those people hear those guys?
Now, did you see the
I'm
movie?
making a fool of myself, by the way. I'll fucking beat you with this fucking rocking sock.
Did you see the movie Ray with Jamie Foxx? And he played Ray Charles.
No, that movie's
Now-
if it's longer than a soccer game, if it's a minute over 2 hours, I'll never see it. It can't be longer than 2 hours.
So here's the deal. I was alive and saw a lot of the real Ray Charles because I've been around for a while. So here's what I'm trying to say to
What
you.
could your point possibly be? Go ahead.
Well, the point is I saw the real Ray Charles, and then I saw Jamie Foxx play Ray Charles.
And Jamie Foxx was Ray Charles.
Jamie Foxx was so fucking good, he became Ray Charles.
That's awesome. Cool. Do you
Now, so Lincoln, neither one of us has ever seen Lincoln.
Oh no, I saw Lincoln.
No, I'm saying you've never seen Abraham Lincoln, the person, alive.
By the way, I'm going to disagree with you on the Jamie Foxx thing.
Because Lincoln's been dead.
Listen, so you're saying that Jamie Foxx's performance as Ray Charles was better than Daniel Day-Lewis's performance as Lincoln? I think they both won Academy Awards for
What I'm
this.
saying
By the
is-
way, Jamie Foxx won the best actor for that too.
No one alive today has ever seen Abraham Lincoln.
You're right about that, baby. That was everyone's dead, and there was no
So-
film yet.
Anybody saying, "Whoa, he portrayed a perfect Lincoln," well, how the fuck do you know?
You're right. I mean, you're right.
Nobody's ever seen Abraham Lincoln. He's not on any film. There's a few pictures of him.
All right. So
Ray Charles
that's all.
was
that's a
around.
given. Listen,
And Jamie Foxx played a really good Ray Charles.
I like your argument. However, so what you're saying? Are you saying that we can't compare the two performances then?
Well, you can.
Which was a better movie, Joe? Which movie was better, Lincoln or what was it called, Ray?
Ray.
Which
I don't
movie was
know, but
better,
that,
man?
That doesn't matter because it's a totally different subject. I mean, Lincoln would appeal to more people because it has a much wider appeal. You know, there's a lot of people that probably didn't like
So
Ray
what you're
Charles.
saying is
Think
we-
of all the Southerners that just thought Ray Charles was one of them coons that should just shut up. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is,
I'll never see Ray, by the way, ever.
well, you should.
I won't. I'm not sitting still for that. And I've seen Lincoln a couple times.
What I'm saying to you is I loved Lincoln. It was a great movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie, man.
Unfortunately, it was written after a book by Doris Kearns Goodwin.
Oh, that was based on her book? Oh, a conspiracy of rivals. Oh, no, a something of rivals.
Yeah, she's
Team of rivals?
she's
No.
just fucking. She's one of those people that are just.
I bet you she's a lot of fun, though. Doris Kearns?
Nah, I don't think so. She lives in Concord, and she's just
fucking gallon of
she's
Ripple.
She's just insufferable.
A gallon of Ripple.
She's insufferable.
Eight
She
ball
used
of Coke.
Imus used to have her on a lot.
Fucking
and I was
dime
like,
bag of weed.
Well, get this fucking whore off here.
I
mean,
think
broad.
Doris. By the
And
way,
she's very smart, but she used to talk about I'm at Harvard all the time.
Right.
Just shut the fuck up.
your boy Imus, by the way,
Is he dead?
No, he's announced he's done. This is his last year. He got. Who does he work for? Oh, ABC. ABC basically told him, "We're not honoring your contract."
Well,
And he goes, "Well, why would you? Nobody's listens." You know what I mean?
is he? Well, he's living in Texas, so you can't see him anymore.
Oh, I guess he's got a studio up there at ABC, and it's just empty.
No, he's got a studio in his house.
No, but they got one for him at ABC headquarters too.
Well, yeah,
He
because
never uses it.
Lou and Bernie are in that. Because Lou and Bernie live in New York. He's in Texas.
The bottom line is he is official. He will be done. He will not broadcast in 2019. There you go. He's looking at this. I think he's looking at a December fucking flame out.
Well, he's 77.
And he sounds awful. And I'm sure the show is still good, but I haven't listened. I don't. He's not
haven't
on my
listened.
radar. I used to watch like you did. You know what I mean?
When he was on Fox,
Fox Business, and then he was on The Farm or something. I got that.
the pig channel, and then he was on MSNBC,
But
then he
listen,
was on the radio.
I started with Imus in 1988. 1988.
I was a little later. I was like 92.
Because you could get him on 660 AM, the fucking, well, first that was WNBC, then it became The Fan, a sports radio station. But that year, I was driving back and forth from Amherst, Massachusetts.
Oh, Cumulus is going bankrupt.
Yeah, Cumulus.
That's why they don't have to honor his
Yeah,
contract.
he's like, we're not paying you. He's like, why would you? So
He's got plenty of money.
he'll be fine. By the way, I think the ranch is a distant memory too. I think that's been sold off, and somebody else.
Well, he couldn't go to the ranch anymore because he couldn't breathe.
But I'm saying he sold it. After getting all those people to fucking send money for it.
No,
you know what I mean?
but it's not like he took the money.
No, I
He's
understand.
donating the money
Oh
to.
yeah, no, I understand that.
He and his wife ran that ranch for 15 years.
Wow,
And-
it was that long. Holy shit,
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
They built it. They ran it every summer.
Yep.
And I remember the summer he was out there and he says, I can't do this anymore. I can't breathe.
Yeah.
because the ranch is at like 6,000 feet.
Okay.
So he has to walk around. He had to walk around with an oxygen bottle. He said, you know, this was a few years ago. He was in his 70s, and he said, "I'm not doing this anymore. We're selling the ranch."
Yeah, 6,000 feet. I know the Rockies are at like 15,000. What do you think Mount Washington is? Is that 10,000? I'm just trying to picture in my head what 6.
No, 6,000 is Mount Washington.
Okay, so he's living at the top of Mount Washington.
Yeah,
Well, the air is pretty thin, and
but they have, you know,
vulgar, by the way.
there's
Vulgar air.
plains. The high plains are at 6,000-7,000 feet.
Okay.
I mean, I've ridden a motorcycle on dead flat earth
Yeah.
for as long as you can see
At what elevation?
at 7,000 feet.
Wow, that's amazing. That's half the Rockies.
That's why the Rockies don't look that tall. Because
by the time you get there.
when you get to the Rockies,
If you looked at the Rockies
the
from
Rockies
here, you'd
are
be like,
the
whoa.
tallest Rocky is like 14,000 feet.
I use 15,000 as a rough
So-
fucking highest point for it.
When you're at 6 and you look at the Rockies,
It ain't that big a deal. It's like
it's
looking at Mount
kinda like
Washington.
looking at
from
Mount
here.
Washington from elevation 500.
Yeah, but that's, you know what? It ain't that impressive.
Do you know Mount Washington has the worst weather on the fucking planet?
Meaning what? What do you mean worst weather?
Highest wind speed ever recorded was on Mount Washington.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I believe it. It's vulgar up there.
It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
with 3 fucking weather patterns or something all interconnect, and it's
And
like
if you,
it'll go from 45 degrees and sunny
Yeah.
to minus 45 and 300 mile an hour winds.
And if you fucking hike up there, you are chugging the fucking air from some fucking Asian dude smoking a cigarette on Nealon Street in Boston in the fucking combat zone. That's the air you're chugging by the time you get up there.
I've climbed Mount Washington several times.
The air can't be that great. It ain't clean, cool mountain air,
Of course it
man.
is.
I was thinking that they're fucking highly affected by the whole fucking pollution
Beautiful
issue.
air. What are you talking about?
Fuck that.
You don't know what you're talking. You fucking idiot.
It just filters
Jesus.
all the way up there.
Have you climbed Mount Washington?
The closest I've been to Mount Washington is the dining room at the fucking Red Roof something in North Conway. That's the closest I've been to the pinnacle of fucking.
I've climbed
You know what I'm
it
saying?
several different times, several different ways,
So,
and never it was my idea. It was just like I was a tag along.
oh my God. I mean, why? Why?
It's kind of fun.
How do
I
you
took-
get yourself into these positions? I've never gotten myself into the position. We used
Actually,
to
it was
go
a
up.
lot of fun.
Do you remember the mountain in Sunderland, up at UMass? It was called Sugarloaf. That was our Sugarloaf, and then I guess there's a Sugarloaf ski resort somewhere up
There
further
sure
north.
is. I used to ski at
But the
Sugarloaf.
Sugarloaf in Sunderland, there was a mountain, and you look back on the valley, you can see all of UMass, you can see all the way out to
Well, there
Mount
was
Tom.
Skinner Mountain, which is the one that has the museum on the top, which I broke into. Me and Scott Bly. Yeah, fuck it. Scott
Where was that?
Blyweiss.
Where was that?
That was the mountain you could go to in Hamden from.
Oh, that's the other way.
UMass.
Yeah, I didn't
Like, it
spend
was
any
behind-
time over there. Yeah, no.
It was sort of behind like the 2 malls that were there.
I know where you're talking about. I never went there.
There was a Dead Mall and
Yep.
then the Live Mall.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Of course. Yeah.
I wonder if the Dead Mall is still dead.
It's probably got to be experiencing a similar situation up the street from us. The former Independence Mall, now the Kingston Collection.
No,
It's
but it
gotta
was dead in 1980 fucking 3
I know, yeah, and it was dead when I was there
because they
too.
built a new mall.
That was called the
and then they-
Hampshire Mall. The Hampshire Mall was the dead mall.
So I wonder if they're both dead, and one of them is really.
You know
dead.
what? You've been out there more recent than me. You don't remember? You didn't go Route
I didn't-
9
nah,
fucking
I didn't pay any attention.
Route 9 fucking Amherst and Northampton or anything? Northampton's a fun town. That'd be fun to go back to now with the music and shit.
I've been out. We went out. I went out with Ira and his son 2 summers ago,
Yeah.
and we stayed in the campus hotel, and we had a blast. Went back and went to our floor at on Kennedy.
Yeah.
And we bought some pots from some of the kids that were on the floor.
Wow, so you just walked in and fucking
Yeah.
went up to your room, See, I would love to do that again, man.
It was pretty cool, and everything looked kind of small.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, really? I bet
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Well, you're wider now, man.
And, well, I don't know. Everything shrinks with age. So
yeah,
they
but
say.
you probably fucking took up. I mean,
But I was telling the kid
you took up 30% less cubic fucking space.
Yeah, that's for
back
sure.
then, you know what I mean?
I was pretty fucking skinny.
You were skinny, yeah. Same height, but skinny.
But I was telling the guy because he was living in the corner room with this girl, Eileen, I think her name was, with huge tits.
Yeah.
And I said to Ira, I was looking at Ira because he wouldn't leave, and I said, "Get out," because I thought I had a chance with her. And so it became just me and Eileen, and Eileen's like,
somebody gonna
when are
get
you
pregnant.
leaving?
Oh boy, I hate that.
No, I thought she wanted to fuck me, and
the whole when are you leaving, and then the one that used to really blow
I'm
me
like,
away
come on,
was.
Eileen, and then.
Did you ever get in the situation where it was like, fuck me now, and you were like, as much as I want to fuck you, I can't for whatever reason.
I have been in that
I've
situation.
been in that like situation in college and a couple other places. It's like,
I'm really sorry, but
as
I'm
much as-
bombed, and it's not going to happen.
well, to me, it wasn't even that. It was like, listen, you're such and such's girlfriend, and I like you a lot. We're really good friends, but I can't. I'm not.
Oh no,
I'm not doing it.
I've been in a position where I would have liked to,
And it sucked.
but
And it was my go-to
I'm
jerk.
fucking bombed.
It was my go-to jerk off image for a long time. You know what I mean?
But it's always better as an image.
Oh, what would it have been like? One of them in particular was like, oh, she was so excellent, and I was like, I can't do it. I had a girlfriend at home who became my wife, and her boyfriend was in a band with me. I'm like, I can't bang you.
I was living over in.
As much as I want to, much as I should.
I was living in the townhouse condominiums. Remember them?
Oh yeah. I mean, again,
Well, at the end of the townhouse,
I had friends who lived there. I didn't go there
They had
much.
the washing.
Townhouse, UMass Amherst, son.
Yeah, they had the washing machine room or whatever. And I don't remember where there was two washing machines, but there was a couple washing machines and dryers.
Can you imagine all the pubic hair caught
And I was
in that
bomb
dryer?
doing laundry, and this girl walks in, and she just fucking grabbed me and started making out.
Awesome.
And so we went back to my place because everybody was out, and I don't remember whether this was a weekend night or any. But I was so bombed, nothing was going to happen.
Oh, well,
She wasn't going to get pregnant.
that's fine. I mean, did you have fun?
I remember it.
It
so
looks
I
like
guess
it was
I
a
must
pleasant
have-
memory from the look on your face.
Yeah, but now ask me if I could pick her out in a crowd.
Oh, yeah, right. Fuck that.
Actually,
Although
ask
I'll
me
tell
if
you-
she was standing next to
Man, what a
like
good
somebody
point.
I know.
Yeah, what a good point.
I have no idea which. I think her hair was sort of brownish black,
Yeah.
but I couldn't tell you whether she was short or fat or. I don't think she was fat.
Did you ever have? Did you have a girlfriend in college at all? Like a girl, like a steady who you were in love with?
Yeah.
Like were you
Yeah.
ever in love with someone?
Yeah, I
while
did
you
that for. I did that for a year,
were- Yeah.
and it was. I don't remember. I think it was freshman year, but I can't remember whether it was. I think it was like second semester freshman year. Her name was Lori, and she was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
cool.
saw her. Yeah, it was because I saw her over the summer,
Yeah.
and then
That was your only girlfriend in college?
yes,
How long would you say she was your girlfriend?
I think for a year,
That's not bad.
and then that was it. No more girlfriends.
So were you I mean, listen, I'm not trying to get deep and dark into your personal life, but so in the time between that semi-serious relationship until you got married, did you have any other relationships, or were you like just kind of like bouncing around and just having fun or whatever, not looking to get in a relationship necessarily? Or
No, not looking. But you got to remember the time I got married when I think I was 22
See, I'm a serious. Oh,
or
you were only
23.
So how did you meet your first wife?
I took a buddy of mine who graduated to Canada as a graduation gift.
Yeah.
So me and another guy who was working for me building decks down on the Cape,
Yeah.
his name was Jack, we took my pal Al
Okay.
to Canada as a
Al H from college.
yes,
Yeah.
as a graduation present.
Still
And
alive, right?
oh yeah.
All right, good.
And I met my first wife there. And then
So you met her while you were up there because that's where she lived?
yeah, we went to Montreal.
So you met her at a bar? You met her...
Well, actually, Al and Jack met her friends.
Okay.
And then I showed up later on, and then she showed up later on, and then the next day...
At a bar or at someone's house?
No, at a bar. It was
Okay.
a bar. And then the next day, they took us out, and they gave us a tour of Montreal.
Okay, cool.
The three of them.
So you stayed in touch.
Yeah, and that's sort of how it just blossomed from there.
So how long was it in between your first time seeing her and I was going to say your second time seeing her. I'm sure you saw her several times within that trip, but after that trip was over, how long?
Yeah,
you know,
that was
you know
just
what I'm
like a
saying?
weekend.
So
and
that
then-
was a weekend. And then what was the next time you saw her? Tony.
Well, and
Tony.
then she came down.
Hi, Tony.
She came down with the girl that Jack was with, and Al's girl. I don't know. They didn't hit it off or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Came down meaning,
came down to the Cape
okay,
for I don't know, 4 or 5 days.
nice.
So we did that, and then
Who rented that fucking thing? Or were
rented
you,
what?
Well, you said the Cape. I thought maybe you rented a room or something. Or
No, I lived on the Cape,
Oh, that's right. You were building sun decks. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Yep.
and then
So
did,
they all stayed at your pad?
yeah.
That's cool.
And then there was a series of trips that I made up to Montreal after that. And then she dumped me. And then I moved to Wisconsin.
Yep.
And then I sent her like some letters. And then we got back together. I mean, when I think back of it, it's completely fucking crazy.
How long between being together from when the time you broke up, you moved to Wisconsin, then you were back together? Was that less than a year or was that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So it was
like
pretty
4
quick.
4 or 5 months.
How long
something
did
like
you
that.
live in Wisconsin? The same amount of time, the 4 or 5 months, or were you there longer?
Almost 2 years.
Did she ever come see you in Wisconsin?
I married her. She lived in Wisconsin.
Oh, she moved to Wisconsin
Yeah.
as well, and she was doing the nurse thing.
Yeah.
So you guys got back together, and she moved to you.
I went and picked her up. And we dragged her to Wisconsin.
That's amazing.
And that's
I forgot that
married
part
her
of it.
so that she could get a green card so she could work.
Wait a minute. Listen, Mr. fucking yelling at me. You didn't marry her because of that. You married her because you loved her and you
Well,
wanted
no, yeah,
her to...
but the deal was, see, she
Mr. fucking marriage isn't a
No,
joke.
she was a, she was an off the boat Italian, so nobody except her immediate family knew that she had gotten married.
She was an off the boat Italian, but she was born and raised in French Canada.
Look, you have to understand something.
I mean,
She wasn't born. She was born in Italy.
Oh, again, I didn't know that. Thank you.
And
I didn't
her
know that.
parents were from Italy.
I knew her
and
parents from
everybody
Italy.
else
I thought
was
she
from
was
Italy.
born in French Canada.
So here's the deal.
She's a full-on Italian.
yeah, 100%.
Explains a lot, man. Explains a lot. Hi, Antoinette. Is it
So-
Antoinette?
Yeah.
Hi, Tony.
So the deal is that nobody could know that we got married, and then that summer we had the big wedding.
I remember that. I believe my parents went to it, right?
I believe so. Yes.
Yeah.
So then we had the big wedding.
And it was where?
I was in Montreal.
I got to take that back. I don't think my parents went to that.
I don't know whether they did or not. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
remember.
Oh,
I couldn't say whether
They
they
might
were there or
have.
not.
They might have.
There's a good chance they went.
Yeah.
I know that I would have invited
It
them.
was a good party, right?
Oh, yeah, it was a good time.
And also, you were young, but your first wife was a couple years older than you, right?
7.
That's actually
6
that's a
or
significant spread when you're 22,
Was
23.
huge.
Was she 30 when she married you?
Close, 29, 30.
All right. So, yeah. And okay. So she's 29, 30, and you're 22, 23. Whatever.
23.
I got married at 23, by the way, and my wife was 23 as well.
So, at any rate,
Every family and every marriage is different.
it's the most retarded
everybody's
thing I
different.
ever did.
Getting married to
Well, in
Antoinette.
hindsight,
You asked me why I think marriage is a joke. It's the most retarded thing I ever did.
no,
was
it
get
has
married.
nothing to do with the marriage.
And you got beautiful kids. You
has-
had a beautiful kid.
it has nothing
So
to
why
do
is it
with the
retarded?
marriage. It was just because I wasn't ready to get married.
Me neither.
I wasn't ready, and I should have never done it. I think I did it
How
because I
could
was
you-
lonely. or
How could you
something.
possibly be ready for marriage?
But nobody stepped in and
22,
said, "Hey."
23.
Nobody pulled
No,
me
because
aside.
we were raised in an environment where all our parents and elders got married at 22.
Yeah, I guess it was just fucking normal. So I married her, and that was it. So what I'm trying to say to you is, in college, there wasn't a big spread between college and marriage. You see-
Same here, man.
You follow what I'm saying?
Well, I'm like a serial monogamist. You know what I mean? I've gone from long relationship to long relationship.
So I had some like flings after Lori, but like the laundry room girl. I say this with all
Humility.
yeah, because I never realized what anybody saw in me, but apparently I was kind of cute.
Yeah, same here, man.
So I got attacked a lot.
Joe.
I got attacked.
Now listen, tell me if you can agree with
I'm
this.
like, why is this woman all over me?
I say this all the time. I've been beating women off me since 3rd grade. I'm talking
Well,
8, 9 years
I haven't
old.
been beating any women up.
I've
lately.
had to beat
Well,
women
when I
off
was younger,
me.
when I was in
I
college,
beat women off me on a daily basis.
I
On
would
a daily
go to a
basis.
party. I would walk outside.
Females love big sexy.
I would walk outside, and some drunk girl would jump on me, and
It's
it would
just
go
weird.
from there.
The thing is
I'd be
there's
like,
a bunch of them
I don't know,
loose
I guess she's
bitches out there.
interested.
There's a bunch of loose bitches out there. The problem is,
Well, I don't know if they were loose. They were.
listen. The problem is the expression "you marry your mother." We're looking for mom, and as much as we want some fucking loose sexual fucking pig, we're looking for fucking mom. You know what I mean?
No.
And while they're gonna jump all over you and fucking drape themselves around you, you're not looking for that. You're looking to be taken care of. You know what I mean? I think that's the state of
I don't know.
fucking
I was
maleness.
I couldn't imagine being married
In
while I was
America.
in college because that was crazy.
No, but you want what you want is your mom. You want your mom to
In
do your
hindsight, I
laundry
shouldn't have got
and
married
feed
till I was
yourself
like
and-
30. And
Well, nobody should be married to 30. And you should only be able to get married at 30 and only have children from 30 to 32 or 33.
but that's not what happened. And I have no regrets because I wouldn't have my kid.
You better open that motherfucker back up because we're not done.
What time?
You got a way to go.
How long are we in?
You got a ways to go.
What are you talking about?
I mean, I got other shit to talk about if you
Yeah, but
want.
I'm ready to go to bed.
Listen, fucking suck it up.
It's 8:06. Isn't it time to go to bed?
No, man, we must have taken an extraordinarily long fucking break.
How
'cause
far are we in?
Like an hour and 31 minutes.
Oh, that's an average show.
No, average show was an hour and 43 without the music. You know what I mean? We generally talk for an hour and 40. You think I don't have this shit all
All right,
sussed
what
out?
do you got?
So, did you see today that there was 3 fucking earthquakes? I mean, on different
Fucking
fault
global
lines.
warming. Climate change again.
all in
I
California.
think I got
all on
married too young because of climate change.
all in California, all on different fault lines. That tells you how fucked California is.
I'm
by
telling
the
you,
way.
that whole place is gonna fall into the ocean.
I mean, it's like the old. Remember the first Superman movie with
I don't
Chris
want it
Reeve
to,
and
'cause
Gene Hackman was Lex Luthor.
I think my kid's gonna move there.
They
so-
were banking on the fact that California was going to fall into the ocean. So, like,
Yeah.
Las Vegas would become waterfront property. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, all right. That's all I got, buddy. So, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? Here's the thing. That show the other night was semi-exhausting, right? With our friends, Eugene and Keith.
No. What do you mean? Like,
We talked a lot during that show.
well, I don't know. Not any. We talk less than we do when it's just the two of us. Because Gene and Keith didn't
I know
say much, but Gene talked.
Keith didn't say much, but what he
the
said
only
was
thing
funny.
that was exhausting was that Gene was fucking.
He chain smokes
He
marijuana.
chain smokes pot.
Yeah,
I've never gotten high from someone next to me.
He smokes,
and I was fucking baked.
He smokes more pot than anyone I know, and I told him that, and he's like, I don't smoke anywhere near as much pot as some people I know. And he told me a story about some
But
woman.
he's like just
some woman is the one.
constantly. He's rolling.
He
He's got the
chain
pot out.
smokes pot.
He's insane.
By the way, remember how Keith was telling you what they do for a living with the footings and all that
Yeah.
shit? Gene's in on that. All those guys, other than Keith doesn't smoke at work.
Keith is a really nice guy.
He's not just nice. He's a knowledgeable he's a sick hard worker. And I don't know if you noticed, the motherfucker's in shape too.
Yeah.
He'll fucking kill a motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Well,
he's almost
he's
60.
older than. Yeah, he's old. I was gonna say he's like Gene's age, right?
He's a
No, he's 78. 79. He's Phil Lewis's. He's 2 years older than me.
born in the same year as Gene, but a year behind him for whatever reason. But
So he's like 57,
something like
kinda
that.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking in shape, right? He does
and a very nice man.
He does the Kung Fu, our guy Kung Fu.
Yeah.
That style of martial arts, that's his thing.
Well, I'm glad I met Keith because I said to him that, and I forgot to bring this up because I wanted to ask about Bob Bishop. Remember Bob Bishop and his wife there?
Oh, all those guys are friends with Bob.
I know. And I wanted to bring it up, not, just find out what happened to
Bob
was her name
listens to our
Lois?
show, by the way.
Well, sorry, Bob. But when I met Keith at Bob's, and I was fucking bombed.
Yeah.
And then I, been to a couple of shows where I crawl up on stage and grab you underneath the drum set.
Yeah. We got to do what you got to do.
So it was nice to actually meet Keith, sober.
We're all the same person at the end of the day.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know that. He doesn't, I am, I'm mostly fucking sober.
You think?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm drunk most of my fucking waking hours, even though I work.
Now,
it was all
do you
I could
drink
do.
at work?
No, it was all like, no. I had a beer one day at lunch, and I think I did just a shot one day at lunch. I think I've only never been drunk.
When Drunk Bob went downhill?
I almost smoked pot on the way to work today because I was drunk last night. I was hungover today. Today, for whatever reason, I got shit faced
When
last
Drunk
night.
Bob
I've
quit his
never
job.
been hungover at work.
Do you remember that?
When Drunk Bob what?
He quit his job. He was going to go out on his own and be like a carpenter. Or a
When we
handyman.
first met him.
Yeah, but he had a pretty good job.
Yeah, he drew fucking. It was either plumbing plans or HVAC or something plans for
Ships.
Ships and submarines.
It was HVAC and
he designed
piping.
them. He drew them.
And he was really good at it. And when he quit, and Linda was very concerned, in which she should have been, because it's the only time he didn't drink. So when he went to work was the only time he didn't drink.
Oh, well, listen to this.
So I think that this job thing actually worked out pretty good for you because now this is the only time you don't drink.
Yeah, but I'm not looking. I'm not
What is
looking.
that?
I was just gonna offer you the rest of it. It's root beer schnapps. Try it. You'll like it. If you like that fucking Fireball, you'll like that.
Yeah, because it looked thick.
It's good. No, it's not thick. It's good. It's thick because it's cold. It's good. It's good. It's just schnapps. They got, how the flavor. It's fine.
It's root beer.
Yeah, it's just the same thing as that. It's the same-
Maurice's.
Yeah, it's fine.
So, which she was correct in her concern because now he just drank continuously.
Do you think that in some bizarre fashion that all of our behavior contributed somehow to his suicide at the end of the day? Because that's what I struggled with for about a month. I struggled with that. I was like, man, I know he wasn't with us. He lived 6 hours away or 5 hours away, and it was like, but somehow we helped him down the path, man. We were an integral part of that cat's
I never
path,
drank so
man.
much. When I moved here,
Yeah.
I built, I built 5 houses in this neighborhood. One of them, Bob's.
Yeah.
I never drank so much because I'd stop in and see Bob. He was drinking. If he was
Budweiser.
home, he was drinking.
Budweiser, man. We all drank Budweiser.
Yeah, and I drank Budweiser then.
Yeah.
And, we're going back 2000. But he...
That was a fucking interesting time of life, man.
I miss it. I look at it fondly, even though maybe it wasn't that fun.
I
But
tell you what, it was hectic. It was hectic. I mean, you spend all this time partying, and let's face it, when you're partying, you're putting some energy into not. You're putting energy into not appearing to be fucking that shit-faced when you actually are. You know what I mean?
right.
So there's a lot of that going on, and it's not like it was a competition, but it's like everyone wants to keep up with each other as far as, whatever. You know what, Bob? Rest in peace, brother. I don't fucking hope that none of us contributed to your fucking death, man.
I say no.
I think he was a big drunk when he met us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that cat was already... That
Damaged.
horse was already out of the barn.
Yeah, he was damaged.
But I think what happened is he had some sort of sickness. Now, I'm not saying that it was
Who knows what it
terminal.
was? Yeah.
And I've never found out the truth, and I don't want to call his wife, his ex-wife, or whatever, his widow.
Oh, no.
Who was a nice person.
He's beautiful. Hey, he was never married to the woman who he was living with across the street, was he? No. I mean,
So the thing
talk about
is,
a terrible human being, by the way.
I
Just awful. You know what?
I think that what happened is
I want you to die. You know who you are. I'm not going to say your name, you fucking cunt.
he got.
You suck.
I think he blew through all the money that he got from his inheritance. And
What was that now? I'm not. You got to
Because-
bring me back up to speed.
well, he
on
took
that.
care of his mother.
Okay. After he moved back home.
Yeah, well, it was kind of the reason he moved.
Okay.
Well, it was sort of like he was out of options up here, and his mother was sick, so he moved back. He took care of his
And he
mother.
moved in with her at her
Yes,
joint,
he took
right?
care of her
Yep.
until she died. And he got the house, and he got a good chunk of change.
Yeah.
But he pissed through it, and he mortgaged the house, and then he left. He had D in debt,
Right. His new wife, yep.
and I think it was at the and he was. I just don't think he wanted to do it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
He'd had enough. I don't know.
listen, DB, my brother, we miss you. We love you. We
I
wish
love
you
that
were
guy
here.
to death.
What haunts me is
You don't have
I
to
used
think that
what haunts
it
me
wasn't
is
us.
No, it wasn't us. But what haunts me is I said it out loud before he left. The gun-toting thing haunted me, and then the other thing that haunts me is he And whatever. I'm gonna let it go. I'm still haunted by that guy's death. I still think that in some strange way, my fucking lack of being a good friend contributed to him fucking killing himself. That's what I think. I think if I was a better friend, that guy would still be here today. That's what I think.
Well, I was closer to him than you were, and
I know, but he and I were pretty close, by the way. We didn't much. We didn't see each other as much, but we loved each other. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
He had a lot of people felt like that. I mean, I miss him every day. It's like Rob.
Talk about a big personality.
Every
big
day.
Personality. Bob was a big personality. Bob was
huge.
Rob was not a big personality.
No, Rob.
He was a big guy, but not a big personality.
No, Rob had a huge personality.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought he was a cunt. I was not a big fan of Rob.
There's some people that didn't like him.
Yeah, he was a cunt. I don't know what it was. He was just some kind of... he had some weird and fucking entitlement thing. Bob didn't have the entitlement thing. You know what I mean? Rob did. Rob was some weird, entitled fucking motherfucker. But I do miss him, by the way. He was a good guy to party with. He was good company, you know?
It was... but they're both dead. What are you going to do?
Fucking weird, right? I mean, we got a couple dead dudes.
Yeah, it is
fucking
weird.
Chord group. Not many.
We're relatively young.
Yeah, well, the thing is now you get used to it, buddy. But right now the music's starting to roll. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to roll on out with this discussion about the fucking end. The end of life, the end of the show. Well, the end of this show, not the end of
this show's
going to
go and, hey, listen, if you're crying at home, don't worry about it. People die. And it's a lesson in life, and you have to live it as good as you can, and stay a little positive, but don't worry about stuff too much because you'll be fucking dead.
And inappropriately enough, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to fucking cut and paste some music. But listen, if you ever feel like you want to fucking get in touch with us, which a lot of you have, and thank you. We get emails at...
Especially if you feel like, please don't kill yourself.
kinda-right@yahoo.com, kinda-right@yahoo.com, kinda-right@yahoo.com. That's where you can get a message through to us.
Right.
Or me. I still have yet to forward Joe any fucking emails because I'm lazy.
But send Al an email if you're thinking about doing
thank
yourself
you for
in.
sending...
He'll come down and get you.
Do you want to give them your personal email? I'm just kidding, buddy.
Yeah, you can email me at jbrennan4484@gmail.com.
I bet you're gonna get emails now, buddy. That's the one thing I'm not good at. I
do everything.
I just can't forward emails. I don't know what my problem
it's the
is.
letter J, Brennan. Brennan.
Kinda-right@yahoo.com. Kinda-right@yahoo.com. By the way, guys, you're listening to us, so you know where you can find us. But please tell all your friends anywhere you can get at a fucking podcast, you can find us. I have 5 different podcast players.
Yeah, we're not trying to do this for free forever,
Now listen, and we're also not really trying to make money right now either. But listen, what you got to do, tell your friends wherever you listen to podcasts, you can get these guys. It's a riot. And you guys out there, you old motherfuckers.
If you enjoy us.
The fucking old motherfuckers, Keith and Gene.
If you tell us, if you think we're cunts, you can say.
They refuse to download a podcast player. All you got to do is download either the SoundCloud app. That's probably the best one. We'll give them props. That's where we live. SoundCloud app looks great, but I'm telling you what, the TuneIn app is great. The fucking Reacher fucking app is great. Well, the iTunes fucking app is great.
Of course, if you're an Apple person, iTunes is right.
Yeah,
there.
I mean, that's the one you want. But you can get, there are Apple and fucking
there's a Google one.
Android versions of every single, they're all free. Castbox, TuneIn. I mean, I'm telling you, tell your friends.
Reach around.
And just fucking put into the little thing on your phone, free podcast player. And you'll get a podcast. It's amazing, right? You don't have to pay for podcasts.
And if you hate us, listen to somebody else's podcast.
Listen to somebody else's podcast.
Because you know what? Podcasting is cool.
Because we're hoping to get, invited on someone else's podcast. So,
that's right.
Give a little fucking... listen, it's early in the game, Joe, but we're having fun, right?
It's only 2 months, dude. 2 months we've been
More
doing
than
this.
2. Dude,
It's like 3 days past
this
2.
is show 28 times.
Well, we started.
divided by 2 times 4. I mean, who knows how many months it's been 4 months, all right?
No, we've been on.
We play. Listen.
We put our first podcast up on the 21st of November.
All right, so we're 2 months. Yeah, worldwide. We were on. Remember, we were on YouTube before that. And
Yeah, but that's we only count this.
I might
shit.
have-
This is so we probably had what 10 or 12. We had 12 shows in the box
Yeah.
before we put. So we've actually been doing this for like 3 months.
Well, no, we've been doing it since August 18th. We've been doing it since August 18th.
That's not true.
We have
Maybe it is.
We've been recording shows since that, so that's 8.
But you guys have not heard the first 5 shows because Al fucked up the first 5 shows.
That's okay. But it
And then
wasn't
we
just
did
the first 5
12
shows.
shows, and then he hasn't given you those because he's a cunt.
No, I gave them to you on the other platform. On this one, you can't have it. It's fine. There's a lot
You have to
of shit
show
to
up
listen
and
to.
blow Al.
Listen,
get
nobody. I'm telling you, even if the show catches fire and fucking people are signing up, nobody's interested in show 10, 11, and 12, Joe. They're not going to get that far. They're just going to stop here. They might actually look at the little snippet shows, Stephen Hawking, God in the Afterlife, or Meet Joe and Al, but they ain't listening to show fucking 9. You know what I mean? They're not
Very
gonna
true.
They're not going to do it.
They're gonna say fuck it.
So we got a lot.
It's only
of
so
content.
much time.
The bottom line is we got a lot of content up there. So please tell your friends, all 2 of you. Thank you.
Stop begging for listeners, Al. We gotta go.
I'm not begging for anything other than your mouth on my cock.
As soon as we sign off, baby.
Hey, Joe, have a good weekend.
You too, bud.